Pleasure, instant gratification, and modern slavery. The deception of pleasure. How you are becoming a slave in the pursuit of happiness. Have you ever noticed how your day begins? Your eyes open in the morning, and what is the first thing you do? Pick up your phone, scroll the screen, check notifications. It seems trivial, but in reality, this is the beginning of a hidden slavery. Every day, we consider ourselves free, yet we are prisoners of pleasure. This pleasure was once necessary for survival, but now it has become a web that traps our mind. If you truly want to change your life, empower yourself, and start the journey to become the person who is free from fear. Subscribe to Memorable Stories. Every new video will help you recognize the hidden power within and guide you to become your true self. Without wasting time, let's move to the topic. The evolutionary purpose of pleasure. There is a chemical in the human brain, dopamine. It is the source of happiness, enjoyment, and satisfaction. It drives us to seek survival essentials: food, water, love, social connection. But today, dopamine is trapping us through artificial sources: phones, videos, social media, pornography, tiny pleasures every moment. This is the moment when pleasure becomes a prison. Carl Jung said a century ago, "In the future, people will not be forced. They will be so immersed in their own pleasure that they will stop thinking." Fear of silence and emptiness. Every person feels inner emptiness and anxiety. But the moment this arises, the mind immediately runs away. Video, games, music, scrolling, entertainment. Anything that gives instant gratification. Silence now feels frightening, because it brings us face to face with our existence, our questions, and the reality of life. Who am I? What is my purpose? Am I truly happy? These questions make us restless. So we run in search of pleasure, and this running makes us slaves. Pornography and the human brain. The most dangerous form of modern pleasure is pornography. Initially, it seems like mere entertainment, but in reality, it floods the brain with artificial dopamine. The result? Real-life experiences become blurred, relationships weaken, confidence decreases, emotional emptiness increases, and loneliness grows. Over time, the brain finds it difficult to respond to real joys and becomes addicted to instant gratification. According to Carl Jung, this is also a form of modern slavery, where a person becomes a prisoner of their desires, unaware that their freedom and true happiness are limited. The form of modern slavery. In the past, slavery was easy to recognize. Chains, whips, commands. Today's slavery is silent, beautiful, and self-chosen. Today, your time, your attention, your emotions, your thoughts are all used for pleasure. A person considers themselves free, yet they are constantly under the control of their mind's desire for pleasure. The secret of modern human slavery. Pleasure, dopamine, artificial joys, and the addiction to instant gratification. This slavery is invisible because it feels enjoyable, comforting, and seemingly happy. The mind becomes a prisoner in the pursuit of happiness. Today's person wants instant happiness every moment. Whether it is a short video, social media scroll, game, or pornography, the brain has become addicted to instant rewards. But how can this cycle of small pleasures become dangerous? 1. Lack of focus. The brain becomes addicted to constant small pleasures, and tasks requiring sustained attention feel difficult. 2. Lack of patience. Everything is wanted immediately, and patience and endurance diminish. 3. Emotional void. Interest and feeling in real relationships decrease because the brain prioritizes artificial pleasures. 4. disinterest in unique experiences. Natural joys, silence, and simple moments start to feel meaningless. This is the same prison Carl Jung predicted. People will be so immersed in pleasures that they will forget to think, question, or resist. Pornography and relationships. Watching pornography creates artificial pleasure in the brain, but reduces interest in real relationships. People start to perceive emotional bonds superficially, and real moments of love or intimacy become blurred. Friendships and bonds. In search of instant pleasure, people move away from real humans. Relationships weaken, and emotional emptiness grows. Effects on confidence and selfhood. When a person depends continuously on others or artificial sources for satisfaction, their self-confidence diminishes, and they feel they have no control over their life. Social control and the web of entertainment. Carl Jung predicted that in the future, people would not be forced, but would be so immersed in pleasure that they willingly accept their own slavery. Today, this reality is visible. Everyone wastes time on social media, videos, and the internet. Addiction to instant pleasure is controlling the brain. People are constantly busy, but feel empty inside. This is modern slavery. No chains, no coercion, just artificial pleasure. And the most dangerous part, this pleasure feels so natural that no one realizes they are enslaved. Psychological and physical harms of pornography. The effects of pornography extend beyond the brain to the body and soul. 1. Brain changes. Artificial dopamine floods prevent the brain from sensing real joys. Users want instant happiness every moment. 2. Physical effects. Energy decreases. Sleep and focus are affected. Fatigue and restlessness are common. 3. Emotional damage. Interest in relationships decreases. Feelings of love and intimacy fade. People experience loneliness and emptiness. All of this turns a person into a voluntary slave. They sacrifice their freedom in the pursuit of pleasure and lose their self-identity. The cycle of brain pleasure and slavery. The human brain is evolutionarily designed for pleasure. Dopamine motivates us to survive, eat, drink, and form social connections. But when this pleasure comes from artificial sources such as pornography, social media, instant videos, TikTok, and games, the brain stops sensing real joys. This is when a person becomes a voluntary slave, a prisoner of instant gratification, unaware that their freedom has already been limited. Carl Jung said a century ago, "People will be so lost in entertainment that they will stop questioning." This is complete slavery, without chains or threats, just through pleasure. Brave New World in Contemporary Society. In Carl Jung's Brave New World, people are conditioned from birth to endure everything for happiness. Everything is provided to avoid pain or unhappiness. Medicine, entertainment, social activities. People consider slavery freedom because pleasure feels so natural. Today, our society is moving in the same direction. Notifications, videos, and entertainment are always present. People run away from life's questions. Every unhappy moment is immediately replaced with pleasure. This keeps us away from thinking and discovering our true self. The lost path to freedom. But hope always exists. Freedom does not come from outside, it arises from within. A person should 1. Embrace silence. Sit quietly for a few moments. Think and listen to your heart. 2. Self-knowledge. Recognize your thoughts, emotions, and desires. 3. Avoid artificial pleasures. Stay away from pornography, social media, instant videos, and anything that gives artificial happiness. 4. Invest in real relationships. Strengthen bonds with real people and build emotional connections. 5. Seek meaning. Find purpose in work, art, education, or service. This is the path that can save one from Carl Jung's predicted slavery. Harms and reality of pornography. Pornography is not mere entertainment, but a mental and emotional threat. Brain, addiction to artificial dopamine, lack of focus and patience. Body, decreased energy, sleep problems, fatigue, emotions, weakened relationships, lack of love, loneliness. Soul, emptiness, anxiety, lack of self-awareness. All of this turns a person into a voluntary slave. They lose their identity and become a prisoner of instant pleasures. Instant gratification can be the enemy of the mind and soul. Pornography and artificial pleasures enslave humans. Carl Jung's predictions are becoming reality today. Freedom arises from within and is achieved through self-awareness, silence, relationships, and purpose. Psychological structure of the brain and instant gratification. The human brain is evolutionarily designed to seek pleasure. Dopamine, serotonin, and other chemicals motivate us to survive, eat, love, and form relationships. But today, this system is trapped in a web of artificial pleasures. Short videos, scrolling, pornography, and countless sources of instant gratification reduce focus, patience, and interest in real relationships. All of this turns a person into a voluntary slave. They sacrifice their freedom in pursuit of pleasure. Pornography's effects are not limited to momentary entertainment. They deeply impact the mind, body, and soul. 1. Brain effects. Addiction to artificial dopamine, lack of focus, decreased patience and endurance. 2. Body effects. Reduced energy, disrupted sleep, physical fatigue. 3. Emotions and relationships. Faded feelings of love and intimacy, shallow relationships, loneliness, emptiness. 4. Spiritual damage. Loss of inner peace, lack of self-awareness, loss of life's purpose. All these effects push a person toward self-slavery without them realizing it. The web of pleasure in modern society. Carl Jung said a century ago, "People will be so lost in pleasures that they will stop questioning." Today, this has become reality. Notifications, videos, and entertainment are present every moment. People try to instantly convert unhappy moments into happiness. True meaning, self-awareness, and quiet moments are lost. This is a beautiful form of modern slavery. No chains, no coercion, just artificial happiness, which people mistake for freedom. The path to freedom and awakening. Hope always exists. Freedom comes from within. A person should 1. Embrace silence. Sit quietly every day and listen to your thoughts. It gives peace and clarity to the mind and soul. 2. Avoid artificial pleasures. Reduce habits of pornography, social media, and instant videos. Retrain the brain toward real and long-lasting pleasures. 3. Self-knowledge and reflection. Analyze your emotions, desires, and reactions. Try to understand yourself. 4. Invest in real relationships. Connect with friends, family, and real people. Rebuild emotional closeness and trust. 5. Seek life purpose. Find meaning through work, education, service, or art. Achieve true happiness and peace. This video tells us instant gratification and pornography are enemies of the human mind and soul. Artificial pleasures turn us into voluntary slaves. Carl Jung's predictions are becoming reality. True freedom arises from within and is achieved through self-awareness, silence, relationships, and purpose, the world will try to trap you in the addiction to pleasure. But real power lies in knowing yourself, controlling your desires, and freeing your soul. Remember, freedom is not in chains, but in the state of mind and soul. And every small effort you make brings you closer to this freedom. If you learned something new or were inspired, share it in the comments below and subscribe to improve your life with every video.